So, good afternoon, everyone. To start, I want to know, have you had the opportunity to use inside communities for research? Any of you? Are you curious about it? I want to thank you for being here today. My name is Andrea, and I am an insights crafter. Over the past decade, I have collected insights in community settings. And today, I would like to share learnings that I have gained from that experience. Specifically, I will deep dive into the key factors to consider when sampling and recruiting for research communities. I will start with some general aspects about inside communities, their benefits and potential limitations, followed by overall points about community setup. Then moving along into the core of the presentation, the important aspects of sampling and recruiting for research communities. And to close, I will leave you with some tips for community setup. What is an insight community? It is a private research group composed of a specific audience gathered to provide real-time opinions and insights. They are supported by technology that enables the recruitment of members, storage of member data, and the ability to conduct research and data analysis, all while engaging with members. The benefits of insight communities are many and include the possibility of obtaining fast results, the capacity to gather deep insights, the ability to conduct research at a lower ongoing cost, the improvement of relationships with customers, and the availability of high-quality data. On the downside, insight communities may not be suitable for all types of studies. They have a high setup cost, and obtaining larger sample sizes may not be feasible through an insight community. Where do we start when setting up an insight community? So first, we need to begin by reviewing our information needs and research goals, defining our sample, designing a recruitment strategy, and creating an engagement plan. There are many layers to each of these stages. So today, I want to focus on the three main aspects that help determine the community sample. First off, let's consider the community specifics. It is easier and less expensive to recruit members when there are more people who fit the sample characteristics. However, if there are fewer people with those characteristics, it is harder and more expensive to recruit them. Branded communities usually have higher engagement, so they need a smaller sample size. While unbranded communities, on the other hand, might need a larger sample size to get people engaged. Also, if our plan involves individual activities, we can get away with a smaller sample size. But if we are doing concurrent or repeated activities, we will need more people to get the responses we want. Second, the sample sources used for recruitment. That will determine the feasibility and the cost of the sample. Owned databases are a great way to find people to recruit because they give you direct access to your target audience for free and have the highest success rate for getting people to join. However, there are some downsides to using owned databases. For example, having to deal with problems like duplicate records, old information, and contacting members too frequently, which can lower the quality of your database. External sample is really popular for recruiting people for unbranded communities. While most sample providers often offer samples for one-time research projects, only a few commit to helping you recruit members for a whole community. The cost is based on a specific group you're trying to recruit. And because these communities are usually very specific, it can get pretty expensive. And the third source is social media. It has become a new way to find recruits. The people you find on social media are usually pretty engaged with online tools, so the participation is usually good. However, you might not find enough people on social media to build an entire community. And because of this, they are currently considered a way to add new members to an existing community. Lastly, let's discuss the different components of community usage. These are the key to determining the sample size of a community. And it's important to understand. First, how many studies do we want to launch in a year? Is it 12, 36, 48? The fewer activities we launch, the smaller our community can be. Then, how often should we reach out to or invite each community member? Are we thinking monthly, weekly, even more often? The more frequently we want to get in touch, the more sample we will need in our community. What is our target sample size for each study? Are we aiming for 100, 500, 1,000 completes? The higher the number of completes we aim for, the larger our member base will need to be. And finally, what proportion of the community are we expecting to complete our studies? I know most of us would want everyone to participate. But if we are focusing on more engaged segments, we can expect a higher participation, meaning we will need a lower sample. On the other hand, a less engaged audience will have lower participation rates, and in that case, we will need a larger community base. To close, I want to share 5 quick tips to ensure success when building an insight community. First, as much as possible, use client-owned sample sources to get better quality, higher engagement, and lower cost. And this would mean you need to have a branded community. Second, you don't need to have the biggest community, but the one that helps you achieve your research goal. Start small and build up. Just move forward with research when you have the minimum critical mass. Third, measure engagement per segment and grow up segments where participation is lower to make sure you have enough sample when you need a niche audience. Fourth, do ongoing replenishment to keep your community fresh. Use social media and own databases to continuously replace members who are not actively engaged in the community. And last, engagement is not only about incentives. Keep it up using short activities and intrinsic motivators, sharing with members decisions taken with their input, and allowing them to participate in exclusive activities related to the brand. So this is all I wanted to share with you today to adhere to our 10-minute speech. So I wanted to thank you all for your participation. I hope you find this useful, and I wish you all the best luck in your future research adventures. And to close, I have the questions for our smaller groups.